There are pages in history that are meant to hurt. If they stopped hurting, it means we have forgotten. And forgetting is something we must never allow. In the early 20th century, the Kazakh steppe lived its traditional life. People traveled with the seasons, tended to their herds, raised children, and believed that life would continue this way forever. For centuries, Kazakh people carried resilience, dignity, and patience in their hearts. But ahead lay a tragedy that would forever change the nation. A tragedy later known as Shilak, the Great Famine.
Before the catastrophe, 1928 was a land of nomads. The greatest wealth was livestock, herds of horses and sheep and camels, not gold, not factories, not farmland, but living animals that fed families, clothed them, and defined their status. There were about 40 million head of livestock in Kazakhstan. It was a stable system built over generations. But soon, a new government arrived with the intention to change everything. Not with negotiation, but with force. Collectivization. In the late 1920s, the Soviet government made a decision. Kazakh nomads must be settled. Their economy must be controlled. Their livestock must be seized for the state. This was called collectivization, but in reality, it was the destruction of a lifestyle that existed for hundreds of years. At first, people were promised help and support. They were told they would live better in collective farms. But promises quickly turned into orders. Orders turned into threats, and threats turned into violence.
Seizure of livestock. In 1930, government officials entered villages and drew up lists. First, they took livestock from wealthy families, the bai, then from middle households, and finally from everyone. Some people slaughtered their own animals so they could at least feed their families rather than surrender everything. Within months, the steppe, once filled with the sound of herds, fell silent. Millions of animals disappeared, and with them, the foundation of life. Forced sedentarization. The next blow was forced settlement. Nomadic life was banned. Families were ordered to build homes and join collective farms. Moving with the seasons, something essential for survival, became forbidden. But the land could not support this new system. There were not enough tools, seeds, or farming experience. Numbers of the tragedy. Historians estimate 1.5 to 2.3 million people died. Around 600,000 fled the country and never returned. Kazakhstan lost nearly 40% of its ethnic population. It became one of the largest human catastrophes of the 20th century. Silence and forbidden memory. For many years, no one was allowed to speak of the famine. Documents were destroyed. Stories were erased. Survivors were forced into silence. Only decades later did the truth begin to return. And yet, the nation survived. Despite immeasurable loss, Kazakh people endured. They preserved their language, their culture, their identity, and the memory of those who never survived. Today we remember Shilak not to reopen wounds, but to ensure such tragedy never happens again. Shilak is a scar. It will never fully heal, but it must never be forgotten.